So it's been a journey, you know, bringing this space together, bringing this space to life, taking it from my mind and putting it in place. We are about 90% complete with this area and I'm so excited. So first I want to start on the outside. In my last video where I gave you guys an update on what's going on with the garden space, we did not have this covering these 2x4s. Are these 2x4s? I think they are 2x4s. The metal, remember the metal was showing and it was throwing me off a little bit and I did not like the way that looked. So my husband went back and we got some 2x4s to put on the face and the side just to cover it up so you can't see where the metal starts or where it stops. Now I did not paint it because I like the contrast with the neutral color with the black. It looks really cute, but I want color. So I was thinking to paint it pink as the Our Bliss, that same charisma pink as well, to tie in the area together, and also to paint the raised beds pink as well, because I don't know, I don't think I want black raised beds. I'm not quite sure yet. Or paint everything black but leave the gate pink to match the pink raised beds. It's something that I'm thinking about, just throwing around ideas of ways to tie in color. So with the cold frame, remember, is going to get an upgrade to a she shed. I haven't really decided on the she shed color yet, because when I was thinking of the she shed, before I even painted the obelisk and the bench, I was saying that the she shed would be white to match the house, because our house is white, and then the trims, the windows and the doors would be black to tie in this with it as well, to tie in this whole area with it as well. So it would be black and white. And then after I painted the obelisk, I said, well, the she shed could still stay white with black trimmings and a pink door if I decided to paint the beds pink. So you have pink dotted throughout the garden. It's just different design ideas I'm thinking about to make the whole area, everything on this side of the yard, feel cohesive, because the obelisk, they're not going anywhere. The color is staying. So I just want to dot it in other areas of the yard. So that's what I'm thinking about so far. So let me show you guys the rest of the way inside, where my husband and I carried in all the gravel. Friends, I am so excited. Like, this was just a dream. A couple months ago, it was just a dream, and now it is a reality. And I have my own little sanctuary, my own little veggie garden area enclosed to keep out my chickens and to keep out whatever, the stray cats and whatever else I do not want in here. In the back here, this last piece does not have the wire. My husband will finish that up sometime soon, hopefully. So what's going to happen, I am not quite sure when the she shed will be built and when it will be, be put in. So for the time being, what my husband is going to do, he's going to carry the wire, carry it back here, and carry it all the way on the front, so nothing can come through this gap. So the reason why the gap is here and on both sides is because I knew that the she shed was going to be here, and the cold frame is only 8 feet wide. So we decided to leave it open, so when we put in the she shed, it will take up this post and this post. It will be framed in and built in into the she shed. So the she shed will probably be 10 by 12 or somewhere along that lines. And I'm not quite sure on the design just yet, but I'm just excited for the whole process, whenever that might be. The funds is low right now for the garden, so maybe a gift, wedding anniversary gift or birthday gift, because my birthday and our wedding anniversary is in July. So, that is a possibility. So I'm not closing it out just yet, but if it doesn't happen this year, I'm still satisfied. I'm still grateful for everything that we got accomplished. All right, so the stones that we have in this area is a limestone. It is a 57 stone, just like the stone that I have in the fountain area. However, the stone in the fountain area is granite. And with granite, once it's dry, it's black. And then it glistens and sparkles in the sun. Limestones, as you can see, it's white. When it gets wet and it dries, it's white, chalky, grayish. I did not have enough granite to spread in here, but I had enough lime left over, so I just decided to go with the lime instead. It's still beautiful. It does give it a contrast with that bluish hue, that grayish hue. I just don't like the fact that, like, after it's wet and then it dries to this dusty, grayish, bluish, muted color. But overall, it's still gorgeous and it's still doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm not going to pick at it too much and try to find fault, because if that is the only con, the color, then it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, it is not. So only thing left to do in this area, really, other than the fence, is to top dress each of my beds and then start planting my veggies, friends. Like, yes. So I waited quite some time to pull the weeds. So they had a lot of seed heads, and a lot of the weeds, the moment is like, I do not know the name of that weed, but when you touch it, all the weeds just scatter all over the place. So what I'm going to do before I top dress these beds, I'm going to rake it, level it out, and I'm going to put down some type of parchment paper, not parchment paper, but the paper that I use when I'm creating the new beds. I'm going to use that kind of paper, the leaf bags. I'm going to do that in here, and then I'm going to top dress that with my compost and my worm casting and my fertilizer, and we're going to plant, and we're going to have a lot of veggies. So in this middle bed right here, what I'm going to do, remember what is it called? My allergies, hold on. Oh. Excuse me. So after I top dress all of my beds and everything like that, this middle bed right here, the trellis that I have, the cattle wire that I had initially in the front before we built this whole area, my husband is going to cut off several inches off of it because it's a little bit too tall. It is 16 feet in length, and when you put it close together, it kind of gets wobbly. And because these beds are so close, and the garlic is already in this bed, I can't really stretch it out equally in both beds. So we're going to take off several inches from the bottom, and we're going to put it right here. So I'm going to have a little arbor right here, and I'm going to plant my cucumbers and maybe some peas on it. I'm really excited. My kids, they love cucumbers. So I'm going to be planting the pickled kind, the type that I can pickle myself. And I'm excited and I'm ready. I'm going to be planting intermingling flowers as well because I want color. I want color everywhere. The world is a dark place right now, so all the color in the world is needed, okay? Especially here in the city. I need the color. I need the color in my life. So that's all we got done, guys, and this area is coming together amazingly. So thank you guys so much for watching. The next time you see this area, we'll be planting some veggies and buttoning up the fence and top dressing this area. I'm excited. Are you? Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. So there is one important thing I totally forgot to mention to you guys. Watering. How I will be watering this area and everything else. So I do not have any water source on this side of the yard at all. In order for me to do that, I would have to pull a permit with the city and then drill through concrete and the asphalt, because the driveway is asphalt, to bring water over here. I don't want to do that. We're not going to do that. So what we're going to do, we are going to use a rain barrel. So it rains a lot here in Maryland, enough where I can have tanks of water filled to carry me through the whole season. I kid you not. So the plan is, once I have the, the sheep shed built, I'm going to have gutters built on the side to carry water down into the gutter and into some barrels that will be on the back of the she shed that you won't be able to see. Then I'm going to add a pump and a regular drip irrigation system with timer to send water to this area and to the rest of the garden on this side of the yard. So for the time being, so since we do not have the she shed, what I'm going to do for the time being, I have several things that I ordered online to kind of gimmick up some things. I'm going to work my creativity. I'm going to run drip as regular, right? As if I had a water source. And then at the end of it, I'm going to put on a female hose top. I do not know the correct name. I'm so sorry. I'm not the best when it comes to these things. But I'm going to put on a female end on it where I can just put my hose on it, turn it on, and it runs water everywhere I need it to go. I do not know what it's called. I will put it on the screen. But that is how I'm going to water this space this season. And if I so happen to get the she shed as well, that is how I'm going to water this space and the area for Tropicana Cottage. So once we get to that part, I'll show you guys in detail how I'm going to water everything, how I'm going to run the drip, and all the stuff that I'm going to use. Alrighty? All right.